Hey, it's Nurse Amy back on your screen, and oh my goodness, it's one of those days. I don't know, bad headache. I don't know. I just slapped it on, and there are days when working, and you're like, oh my god, I've got to get on and do some videos. So it's just one of those days. Okay, so I do remember, I think it was last week, I can't remember, one of my videos though, I um talked about why is it that there's a lot of bullying in the nursing department. Is it because there's a lot of women in it? Come back, let's talk about it. Oh my god. So okay, it's interesting. I'm gonna do this, and I'm not a woman hater, neither am I a man hater. I'm a woman, so let's just get that out of the way. It has nothing to do with that, but I'm gonna call a spade, right? So my thing is, I find, again, you all know I've been doing this a long time, but I do find that men get along famously well with other men. You find a man, a male CNA, a male nurse. I mean, they're talking about football, they're talking about basketball, they're talking about hockey, they're talking about girls, they're talking about patients. I mean, they're going out there to smoke together. Even if one of them doesn't smoke, they go out, hang out together, and everything is fine. It's not so with women. So that's why I asked. And having said that, so I went around and I asked some of my colleagues, what do you think? Of course, do you know what the answer is? Yes, it's women. You know how women are. Women just don't support each other. Women are just mean to women, da 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 da. And I'm like, you know what? Why though? Why? Why are women mean to other women? I don't understand what it is. I've had a male DON and I've had a female DON, and I've had some great female DONs. But the one or two DON males that I've had, I think I've just had two. They were fantastic. The only thing about men is that, okay, picture this. When a man is the only man with women, okay, the DON, the men, women will try to, so when you have, just the one male and then surrounded by women, it's like all the women are crazy, and then they're trying to, it's interesting to see how women just misbehave, okay, like they're trying to take advantage of the male DON, and I suppose in that way it's kind of easier for women because there are a lot of things that you start to say and the man doesn't even want to hear it. It's like, okay, whatever. But then you find that women giggle, they become girls, they're just stupid when there's just the one male person. It's like, but you know what, if you, on the flip side though, if you think about it, if you have all men and then you throw a woman into their midst, the men are going to be equally stupid. So men, you don't get a pass for that. But so back to this bullying thing, I asked my colleagues, those within the state that I teach and in other states that I've taught, and even just outside, just asking women in general, like men and women. Of course, the men just think that it's women. I don't know what's going on with you women. You just don't get along with each other. But then even speaking to the women is like, women are just so extra. They're just such divas. It's interesting because diva, to me, I use diva in a totally different way. Sometimes diva is just who you are, not expecting less, and walking in your truth, right? But to relate it to this bullying culture, women are meant to be women. Why is that? Why are women mean to women? What is going on? Why? I don't understand it though. So the bullying culture, I don't know, maybe women are just more emotional. Women are more demonstrative of their feelings. So if they're angry, you know it. If they're screaming, they're being mean and what have you. Because men use their hands, women usually don't. So it's verbal assault, it's psychological abuse, it's just, that just be mean, unlike men will probably just fight it out. So that might just be it. Do you have an answer? If you have an answer, let me know. Why is there that? I did talk about the bullying culture in nursing. It's in one of my videos. So go ahead, search it, bullying culture in nursing. I've talked about it in this channel because, again, I'm writing a book about that. But do we have that bullying? Even more so because there are more women in the nursing department. So I'm kind of curious. So this is part of my research too. Research now to my YouTube audience. But I know that before I did this video, I asked around and they're all saying the same thing, that it's just women. Women are just catty. Women are so expressive. Women are so emotional. Women just... they're affected by, someone even told me this, they're affected by the lunar movements or rhythm or cycle. So lunar as in the moon. Okay, I don't know about all that, but they're saying because women are cyclical, because the moon affects their biological cycle. So you find they have their mood swings, and so everyone... it's just one of those things that tend to come to play when you have women in a place together. There's just that catfighting. And there's a lot of that. You've heard this before. Nurses, if they're young, predominantly women are the ones in nursing. Now there's a sprinkling of men, and I do find that when men come into nursing, they don't stay long on the floor. They don't stay long doing bedside nursing. They go into management and eventually they just disappear into a different role. They don't want to stay on the floor. And that might be because they're not very useful with bedside nursing. A lot of the women do not accept their care. Okay. I find they're kind of limited where men are allowed to practice as aides or nurses. Now, that's not to say, please do not misquote me, that men do not work as nurses or aides. They do, but it's few and far between there are a lot more women. Hence, the question is that why we have so much bullying? Well, bullying essentially also, if we look at it, now let's look at it this way. Historically, men were doctors and the nurses were women. So again, being a patriarchal society or the hierarchy in the medical field, the men tend to lord it over the women. So, chicken or the egg, which came first? Doctors lording it over their predominantly female nurses, who in turn, again, I've always said this, when you're bullied, the tendency is you're going to bully too. So then the women just feel, okay, now they're vying. Oh yeah, especially in the hospitals where you have doctors, male doctors, the women act stupid. They just, again, they're vying to be teacher's pets, doctors, nurse, right? So you find that's probably where it comes from, where everyone is vying for the attention of the doctor and you want to be better, and so you're going to take the competition down. It's like Bachelor Nation. This is crazy though. If you agree with me, fine. If you don't, let me know your comments. Why is that bullying culture? Is it predominantly because it's nurses? Now, there are two things I've looked at. The hierarchy, doctors, male, lording it over and bullying female nurses, because that's predominantly it's women nurses. Or what was the other thing I said? Well, that's where it starts from. And then women just not getting along with women. Okay, let me know your comments down below, and I will see you in my next video.